Okay, let us all rise and sing the national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. Honorable Premier, Honorable MEC Polidet, the Acting Executive Mayor of Polokwane Municipality City of Stars, the Executive Mayor of Capricorn District, or let me say the Acting Executive Mayor of Capricorn District, if the Executive Mayor is not here, all product owners who are investors in our province, the CEO of Tourism Business Council of South Africa, Mr. Chipiwa Chibengwa, stakeholders and all members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you all. We are gathering here today in this unique outdoor venue in the city of Polokwane, where we are witnessing the official launch of the 2025 Limpopo Dizemba campaign. This campaign, ladies and gentlemen, is loaded and is expected to contribute more to the tourism economy of our province. The city of Polokwane this year will benefit more as the economic hub. Hence, we have seen it fit to invite our product owners who are here from Polokwane and also from Capricorn District to this media launch. Honorable Premier, we are also saying as Limpopo Tourism Agency, we affirmed the continuation of the Limpopo Tourism Thursday campaign, which will go a long way positioning this province as the preferred destination of choice and an investment-friendly destination. We have seen, as we are coming from the investment conference about 3 weeks ago, we have seen that a lot of our prospective investors are keen in investing in Limpopo. We have also seen, Premier, because you were also part of this, the Fly Safe Fair, the launch of the Fly Safe Fair route between Cape Town and Woodspruit, which is an indication that Limpopo is an investment-friendly destination. So let us encourage more people to invest in our province, and also let us embrace our slogan, which is there's more to enjoy in Limpopo. So with those few words, I would like to welcome all of you. And we are going to start now with our program. Allow me to introduce to you the executive mayor or the acting executive mayor of Limpopo, of Polokwane City of Stars, who is going to welcome everybody here today. Over to you, Dade.
Hello, our program director. Let me start by greeting our honorable Premier Ramathuba, our honorable MEC Matibe, our acting mayor for CDM, Honorable Maso, and also everyone here, including the media. You are all welcomed. This important event, it's an honor and privilege for the city of Polokwane to host this strategic media launch for the 2025 Limpopo Dizemba campaign, a campaign that continues to position our province as a destination of choice, a home of heritage, and a vibrant hub for tourism, culture, and economic activity. Limpopo Dizemba is an economic stimulus, a job catalyst. It's a celebration of who we are. Allow me, Program Director, to highlight what is coming to our municipal facilities over the few weeks. Activities designed not only for entertainment, but also for stimulating local economy and supporting local business. In November 2025, 23 November, we are having a game of CAF Stellenbosch versus Sototo. It will be hosted at the new Pitamkaba Stadium. In the 29th November, we are having a Ditugu Festival. It will be hosted at Polokwane Cricket Club. 29 November, we are having a CAF Champions League clash between Kaizer Chiefs and Zamalek. On the 30th of November, we are having Mamelodi Sundowns versus Polokwane City in the new Pitamkaba Stadium. During the month of December, on the 5th of December, we are having a festive light switch on at the Civic Center Park. On the 6th of December, premiere, we are hosting a Carling Cup final. Orlando Pirates will be playing Marumo Gallants at the new Pitamkaba Stadium. On the 6th December, the Spin City at the Polokwane Showgrounds. On the 8th to the 18th December, Regional 6 Volleyball Championships at the Mwagora Matodi Indoor Sports Complex. On the 11th of December, Mapungube Comedy Night at Jack Waters Hall. On the 13th of December, Mapungube Music Festival at the Polokwane Cricket Club. Also on the 16th of December, the Twabela FM Gospel Festival at the Polokwane Cricket Club. These events brings energy to our streets, venue to our business, and hope to our young people. They showcase the best of Polokwane hospitality, its creative talent, and its sports excellence. We also welcome partnerships with the SAPS, the business community, artists and athletes. As Polokwane, we fully embrace the Limpopo Dizemba program. We stand shoulder to shoulder with our provincial government, led by the Honorable Premier, with the Limpopo Tourism Agency, in assuring that our visitors experience a safe, enjoyable, and unforgettable experience. May this campaign engineer our economy, strengthen our brands, and bring joy to our communities. Yeah, that's the end of the prepared speech. Galabo. What's an end? Yeah. Premier, we appreciate this kind of activities. Limpopo, Mr. Pela, Lidet, and the board. We appreciate this kind of activities because Polokwane indeed is the capital of the province, and Limpopo is definitely proving to be one of the coming in terms of tourism. Keep it up, MEC. We appreciate the district also. Keep it up. We appreciate. Thank you. Yalabo.
Thank you, Councillor Tseponkwe. Thank you so much. I love the fact that he started by, reading the prepared speech, and then after that, he talked from the heart. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed today, and we are honored today to have in our midst dignitaries. We have our leadership, we have product owners, we have media, and we can say thank you to all of them. The next item, our program is not long. We are aware that it's very hot, and our program consists of only two main presentations or speeches. And before we do that, let us start by acknowledging our dignitaries who are here. We are privileged to have the Premier of the province, Honorable Dr. Poppy Ramatuba Mipururo. Karirube. I'm doing this deliberately, Premier, because I know that some people don't know, and it's high time that we all know our cultures, what we do when we are at various places. And we're also blessed to have our MEC for Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, Honorable Chitareke Matibe. Our MEC never miss any event, and we appreciate that. Let me tell you now today that we appreciate everything that we are doing in order to grow tourism in our province. And we are blessed to have the CEO of Tourism Business Council of South Africa. South Africa, Wachibengwa, or Southern Africa, I don't know, you will explain later. We are privileged to have him in our midst here. He came, I'm going to give him just 2 minutes later just to introduce himself to you and also greet everybody. We have also Councillor Tseponkwe, who introduced us. Now we are feeling very much comfortable. He is the acting executive mayor of our host district for today, and we all know that he has the interest of tourism at heart too. We have our councillor Calvin Masoha, the acting executive mayor of Capricorn District Municipality. He is not new to you guys. We all know him. He is a board member of Limpopo Tourism Agency. He is laughing. I don't know why he is laughing. And let me also introduce to you our DDG Mekele, who is here with us, and he is also a board member, and also Mabushielo, our board member, she is here with us, and also the chairpersons of district tourism associations and also local tourism associations, including Saki, I see them here, Women in Tourism, I see them here. You are all welcome. And this event is for the media too. Let me welcome them. The media who is here, I welcome you, because I know that after this event, you are going to share the real stories of Limpopo. For now, maybe we should give our traditional marimba dance just 5 minutes or less than that, just to entertain us. Thank you. Thank you. This is what we see when we come. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, this
Two and two.
the objectives of Limpopo at Dizemba are to promote domestic tourism. It is up to us who are here to make sure that we tell whoever wants to listen that they must visit Limpopo, because this is where they are going to get a lot of unique offerings that they are going to taste. And through this campaign, we will all remember that the campaign used to be called the summer campaign. Now it is called Limpopo ka Dizemba. Ka Dizemba, Dizemba ya Sesotho, not ele ya Sekgowa kere. D-I-Z-E-M-B-A, Dizemba. And through this campaign, we will be going all out to promote domestic tourism in our province. Through this campaign, we should be able to create awareness about Limpopo's product offerings. We want to draw more traffic to Limpopo. We want to increase tourist numbers to Limpopo. We want to encourage more visitors to explore what we have in our province. And let us go out there and also tell our friends and relatives, as I said, to visit Limpopo and explore a myriad of attractions. And as tourists travel to this province will grow, the economy of this province will grow, jobs will be created, and poverty will be alleviated. I liked what Councillor Tsepongwe was unveiling from the City of Stars. You heard we've got a lot of activities happening at the City of Stars in Polokwane, and today we are going to know more about the whole of Limpopo, the all events that will be happening now during the summer in Limpopo. And colleagues, at this point in time, I'm going to request the Honorable MEC, Honorable Chitareke Matibe, to come and give insights on what the initiative is all about. And after that, he will present our Premier, Honorable Dr. Poppy Ramathuba. Thank you. Let us give him a warm.
Thank you very much, Program Director May Grace Barra, to our Honorable Premier, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba, the representative of the Executive Mayor. I don't want to say acting, because if I say acting, you were supposed to be, the Executive Mayor was not supposed to be around the city. So if he's around and I call you acting, I might put you in trouble. You are the representative of the Executive Mayor. The representative of the Executive Mayor of Capricorn District, the LTA Chairperson, the CEO, Mr. Chibengwa, and the CEO, Druza Ngoveni, the Chairperson Druza, and the CEO Ngoveni. I wanted to give you CEO, you see now. Members of the media, our tourism sector stakeholders, distinguished guests. Program Director, the tide is turning, the ground is shifting, and the momentum in Limpopo is undeniable. We are witnessing real measurable transformation in the lives of our people. Just a few days ago, States SA released figures that reaffirm the hard work being done in this province. As announced by our Honorable Premier, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba, during this year's exceedingly successful Limpopo Investment Conference, we have experienced a remarkable 5.2 percentage point decline in unemployment from 35% to 29.8%. It deserves a round of applause. We must not give it a small round of applause. It deserves a big round. Because that decline is number one in the country. That is why it deserves a big round of applause. On the economic front, the province recorded the real GDP growth rate of 0.9%. outperforming the national average of 0.5%. Again, we are number 1 in the country in terms of our contribution to the GDP. This growth was driven by a diversified base from mining, agriculture, finance, business services, health and education. But the progress does not happen by accident. It is built through decisive leadership, clear direction, and consistent delivery. And today, just 1 year into the 7th administration, we can confidently say that Limpopo is on the new path, a path of renewal, growth, and possibilities. One of the most dynamic examples of this progress is our tourism sector, the crown jewel of our provincial economy. Under the leadership of our Premier, tourism has gained new momentum and energy. With their support, we introduced Tourism Thursday, an initiative that has successfully showcased local attraction, boosted small tourism businesses, and reshaped the way residents experience and appreciate their own province. It has become a movement of pride, storytelling, and discovery across all our 5 districts. And earlier this year, we celebrated the most successful Honorable Premier Marula Festival since its inception. The festival broke the records in attendance, economic spend, and media reach, injecting millions into local economies, positioning Limpopo as a leading cultural and lifestyle destination. At the center of every milestone, every achievement, every upward curve, stands a leader who works tirelessly to ensure progress is real and felt by ordinary people. As she's here, you can see she's wearing like a farmer. She's from farming. She's here in tourism. A leader who has brought discipline, urgency, and accountability into the heart of government. A leader who expects results and gets them. A leader who has put Limpopo back on the national map. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the Honorable Premier of this province. If we can all rise and put our hands together. And welcome the Premier of our province. That hands must show that we are number 1.
Ndoribu wabo MEC Wachitarake Matibe, our MEC for Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, Program Director Grace Barra, on behalf of Polokwane local municipality, Executive Mayor, Councillor Tepongwe, the MMC for Finance, and also on behalf of Capricorn District Municipality Executive Mayor, Councillor Calvin Maswoha, fellow councillors who are here, the LTA Board Chairperson, Bo Andrew Dipila, and the entire board members that have been introduced to us, our business CEO Tourism South Africa, Bochibengwa, and also our very own CEO of Limpopo Tourism Agency, Tatana Moses Ngobeni, our traditional leadership who are here, special advisor to the Premier, faith-based leaders, and of course the important people who are our tourism stakeholders and our sponsors, which include amongst the brewery representatives and also government officials as led by our DTG, and you, the most important people, members of the media. I'm saying the Masiari Tobena. in Hlekani, good day, Kuetach. I'm saying, members of the media, you are very important because this sector cannot survive without you. But with your support, always writing good stories about our province, that's the only way we can be able to survive. I started at the Agri 5 Expo in Tzaneen, where I was addressing the farmers, and I was indicating that I didn't see a lot of coverage on this very critical and important function, because when Agri 5 comes to the province to support farmers, whether it's financially, whether it's ideas of mechanization, that is what will make sure that as a province we don't drop from the improvement that we have registered when it comes to the reduction of the unemployment rate, as the MEC Womatipe has indicated. If we are able to empower all the upcoming farmers in our province so that they can end up being commercial farmers, one farmer can employ as many workers as possible. That will help us to even grow our economy and also to fight poverty, because that's what we exist for. We exist as government to make sure that inclusive economic growth, at the same time creating a conducive environment which will lead into job creation. We are also existing because we need to fight the cost of living, which is high. We also exist because we must develop an ethical and a developmental state. That is why we are existing. That's why we are called seventh administration. Any other things is secondary to those three. But my observation there, members of the media, I was saying, and MEC Martin, I'm still standing to be corrected. We are hosting a G20 in this country, in this continent, for the first time. Something that every media house was supposed to be so obsessed with and reporting positive stories about it. But guess what? Just go and switch on any radio station. If it's not Madanga, it's ad hoc. If it's not, we are listening to Brian Mukhoti every left, right, and center. And the G20 there, it's on its own in terms of reporting. The only time when you switch on your television and they are reporting about G20, it's when they are telling you Trump said this, AfriForum said that. Why are we so obsessed with negative NH? Do we really love our country? Are we really understanding that when we fought for media not to be sensitized, we were not saying media must be anti-progress. I'm not saying don't report that, but it cannot dominate the space when we have got critical issues to report about. Don't make me trend for saying this, but it's a fact. You can't make us to listen to Trump and his negativity. We know ourselves. We know that all what he's talking about is not existing in our country. But we continue to report when we know, but this is not true. We don't go in and crush him as the media. But if you were doing to another country, because even its media, there's patriotism when it comes to their own country. Look, this is our country. It doesn't matter who is leading, whether you like Ramatuba or not. It's your country. Your great-grandchildren will inherit what we are doing today. So that is why it must be important for you to laugh. So today, we are here because we have gathered here at Mirupa Casino to officially activate the 2025 Limpopo ka Dizemba campaign. And the program director is correct. Dizemba, yasipedi, yas aburina, Dizemba. Leo kaya ka Tsivenda, but in Dizemba. Let us talk about it, Dizemba. So we write it in our own, Dizemba. Ki yona ya borena. This is an important component of our weekly Tourism Thursday program. This activation, it's more than just a ceremonial event. It is a strategic platform to showcase the unique experiences and competitive advantage that position Limpopo as a destination of choice for both domestic and international travelers. So today we are also unveiling the 2025 summer campaigns packages, complete with exciting tourism Black Friday specials. You're going to see them, crafted to offer the unforgettable and affordable experiences. I must commend the team at tourism sector for its unwavering dedication in keeping Limpopo consistently amongst the top 3 most visited provinces in South Africa. Your resilience, your creativity, and your commitment are the pillars that sustain our tourism economy. And I must indicate to you to say, we are being referred as the top 3, but there must be a time, and the time is now, that we must be the province which is topping, wherein it's a destination of choice. Everybody, wherever they are sitting, when they think of where can I visit this December holiday, they must say, I'm going to Limpopo. That's what we want. We want to see, because we have got everything that people would want to see. The other advantage here, Chair, is that when you visit Limpopo, we were in Cape Town for January 8th. You have seen even in December how traffic is. You can't even travel. But here in Limpopo, oh, you have got abundance. Whether you want wildlife, it's only in Limpopo where you can see big 6 that they talk about. We don't talk about big 5. We talk about big 6. So we want to remain competitive, and we must also broaden our horizon. We need our stronger partnership to bid for and host major events. Limpopo must remain Africa's Eden, a province blessed with breathtaking landscapes, abundant of wildlife, as I've already indicated, unmatched cultural diversity. You can see, man, it's only in Limpopo where you get the originals, the heritage sites of global significance, and the only place in the world that proudly hosts the Big 6, as I've already indicated. These are powerful assets that should give us confidence, as we compete for major events and conferences. Of course, while we are working hard to finally get a convention center, we must do it during our term, and the chairperson. We have to fight, must get a convention center. If it means we go and make some sit-in in some offices, let's do it. The sit-in for our province. Because in Limpopo, I keep on saying, our community must not go and bend tires because they demand that and that. As the leadership, we must go and sit in those offices that are supposed to give whatever a development that we need. So a convention center, it's something that we can't postpone. It's something that we must continue to fight for, because we have seen ourselves that just this September we demonstrated our hosting capacity with excellence when we welcome over 1,000 delegates for the South African Association of Public Administrators, Administration and Management, the SAPAM conference in Thohoyandou, in partnership with the University of Venn. This was a major economic injection into the local tourism value chain. It has never been hosted by this province, and they decided to host it that side, and they did, and it was a success. And I agree with you, Executive Mayor. The bottom line is that when we hosted SAPAM, all the hotels around Thohoyandou were full to capacity. What does it mean? They will tell you that they even had to hire more staff for that period. When we hosted the G20 Ministers of Health, I have asked the Ranch Hotel. They said no, I can't remember whether it was more than 200 employees for that particular week to work and make sure that they attend to all our guests. What does it mean? There was plate of food on a table of certain household which never had. So hosting of events, it's something that Limpopo tourism must continue to bid, and I'll continue to be your spokesperson, you know that, so that they can give you funds in order to get such. Because when we host, people don't understand that the economic spin-off might not be generating revenue for LTA, but it will be changing, and you will see it when State SA come to announce that your GDP has increased by 0.9%. So that is what we want to see happening. So similarly, we have seen the 150-year celebration of the Presbyterian Church around Valdesia. I was also with the MEC there. Yet another example of how faith-based tourism continues to bring life and economic activity to our communities. Executive Mayor, here in your town, here in our city of stars, we've got the two biggest churches in the continent. Are we really marketing them enough? Because we know in the next few weeks, we will be having not thousands, but millions of people descending to come and pray. And that we must pride ourselves as LTA, as the municipality, to say we are hosting the biggest churches in our continent. So this is some of the way. There are people who will go to where? Mecca. Is it Mecca? Just to go and sing. We must reach that era as a province. We've seen our president on Tuesday, MEC Matip, when he was telling us that he has gone to visit His Holiness there by Rome, Italy. So we want the president to say, I've been to Moria, I've visited His Holiness, the Right Reverend Bishop Likhanyan. We want to see that so that they can come and see what, but it cannot happen if as government, as the leadership, we do not create that particular environment for the church to be able to be marketed and to be known all over the global community. So colleagues, Limpopo's greatest strength is its cultural and also natural heritage. This is why village tourism must take center stage as a driver of local economic development. We must use tourism as a tool to create jobs and strengthen our small enterprises. Therefore, we will reduce poverty even in our rural economy, because communities, because December is coming. We know Makarapa don't want to stay at home. They come for Friday, they want to live those guest houses at different homes. Let's support them. Let's create, because it is through them that we'll see development even in our rural areas. So earlier this year, through Tourism Thursday, we managed to launch the spring campaign in the Sekhukhune district, featuring the hidden treasures of Badikwanyane village, the Sikweneng, to Farok, and the Situnyeng hiking trail. Those of us who love hiking, you know, even in our rural areas, we have now begun to have those hiking trails with their striking natural formations and perennial waterfalls that stand out as world-class attraction. One of the issues that I'm going to be appealing, MEC, is that all of us, when you visit whatever area of the province, take some pictures, showcase. I know some of you do not want to appear on social media, but taking a picture and send it to me. I'll pretend as if it's me who visited that area, and will publish as anything that will make sure we publish Limpopo, we market Limpopo. I'll do that. Send me that picture and say, I've been to this area. It's a wonderful. You didn't get passed out from home. Go higher meeting and whatever. It's understandable. I'm a human being. I'm not gonna actually jump in, but we must market on every single corner of the province. So send me those pictures. I will share with them even on my page to say this is one of the hiking trail that we are having in the province, and those who are our followers will choose to come and visit that area come December. So these are unique jewels that must be marketed aggressively, particularly to the visiting friends and relatives. So marketing, it will, at the end of the day, when they go back home, those people will come back and with the others. The other thing that I think we must emphasize is that we need to also work with our staff amongst the hotels. They need to understand, that's why it's a hospitality industry. They need to understand that you can't behave like some of us in the public service. When you become rude to a tourist, you see the difference between you and nurses at a public clinic. Nurses in a public clinic, sometimes they do as they wish because the patients have got no option. If you can't go to Sishiwu Hospital, where will you go? Because you can't afford private hospital. If you could afford private hospital, you would not go back. So in the tourism industry, people who visit us have got options. They choose to visit Murupa Casino. If you become rude to them, they will be next door. If they become rude, they will be. If all our hotels, we don't treat our guests with the kindness, they will never come to our province. Therefore, the staff members, you must understand, customers are always right. Treat them with that, so that even tomorrow, when they think, don't do it for the tip. Do it because you know that when they go home, they are going to be your ambassadors, and they will come back. And that's why I was angry when the flights couldn't land for G20. Now you understand. I was angry because I was saying, here are ministers from different countries in the world, and these are ministers who, they are coming for the first time in Limpopo. You want them to go back and for holidays to say, let's go. That is the province where we were treated well. But if they arrive here at the airport and they are told there's the airport, but we can't land because there's no ILS and instrument landing system, and they go back and they have to drive on N1, they will never come back. So people, you will understand, I was not hating the staff of GAL. I was saying to you, you don't know what you are doing, tell us so that we get other people who can do the job. If we don't have a reliable transportation system, we must forget about investment. We must forget. I mean, imagine you are coming here for a meeting. Your meeting is scheduled for 9 hours. You're an investor. People are waiting for you there. And then the flight, you are told, there is the airport. It has happened to me several times. I'm sure many of you could see, and then the plane the pilot try, and then he think twice to say, by the way, my mistake as a pilot can never be reversible. If I take chance, all these people are gone. The moment you think about that, you take U-turn, go back to our town. Now, what happens to that investor? We are losing investment, we are losing a market. So we need to work together towards doing that. So we are also encouraged by the strong partnership with the Mahala Week and the Sun Parks Week. We know that Limpopo is housing more than 70% of Sun Parks, which is the work that LTA must do, LTA board. You must work hard to make sure that the country knows that we are housing more than 70% of the Kruger National Park, and the global community must understand. That is why you saw us earlier, as program director has indicated, with partnership with the private sector, Fly Survey, when we launch our Cape Town Hoedspruit route. Excitement that is there, and I was talking to the chairman of Fly Survey and the CEO. They were saying to me, since they've launched, it was 3 weeks when we hold our investment conference, the utilization rate was more than 87% already. 87%. Now there is something good that Hoedspruit Airport is doing, which we must do here at Polokwane Gateway. We're an international airport. We expect aeroplanes, we expect cargoes to land straight from wherever, any part of the world. That's what we need to see happening to support the work of Limpopo Tourism Agency. So today, I'm happy that the executive mayor on behalf of the executive mayor of Polokwane, he has already shared with you some of the products that will happening just around here in Polokwane and Capricorn district. We must not forget the annual Sapayopa celebration. They will be coming here, and during that time when they come, they don't come alone. They are bringing, the moment you book a hotel in our province, you are creating a job. When you go and eat in a restaurant, you are creating a job. So that's what we must do. We have had even of the CAF match between Kaizer Chiefs and Zamalek. We must go in our numbers, especially that Kaizer Chiefs is playing with Zamalek, because at least Kaizer Chiefs must win, and then we must celebrate, and the Premier must also celebrate that they will be working, they will be playing against Zamalek. We don't know who Zamalek is, so if we don't go in our numbers and encourage, it's a problem. Let's go there in our numbers and show that, when you go in your numbers, the organizers of these games will always think about the best stadium to host. It's Pitamukaba Stadium, because when we go to Pitamukaba, Limpopo, it's a house for football. Let's go and celebrate. I can't mention about the 2025 Carling Cup final featuring Orlando Pirates and our very own Marumo Gallants. So I'm conflicted here. I must support my own, and my own is my own, so they will forgive me. It starts at home. There's no way any team in the province, when they play, even those 3 teams that I support, as long as you are playing with a team in Limpopo, the Premier must support the team from Limpopo. I don't care. Even you can take my membership as your friend, but you must understand, as a Premier, I will support. Then when it goes to other countries, I will then support. So somebody was asking, so Mpumalanga, because both chiefs are not, both teams, it was Stellenbosch and it was Orlando Pirates. Which one was you supporting? But we saw you dancing when it was Orlando Pirates. Actually, they've moved Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch, the name itself. So I will be. You see, that is the issue. That was the issue. But the reality now is that you must forgive me. I must support all the Limpopo teams, and I must support South African teams when they are playing with international. We can't wait for the Mapungubwe festival. Let's all go and enjoy ourselves. Last year we pitched it at another level. This year we must also. MEC has already spoken about Marula Festival, which will be coming next year during the Marula. That's our unique. Have you ever heard of Mapungubwe Festival? Where have you ever heard of Marula Festival? They are happening in Limpopo, because Limpopo, it's us. We are unique, and you can say whatever. Now we are going to have another unique youth festival, the Limpopo. Where have you ever heard Limpopo music in the world except in our province? So we must appreciate the creativity from our young artists, and we must support them, because when they are performing on the stage, they have hired even their support staff, whether it's the young dancers whether it's those who are playing the instrument, what are they doing? They are creating jobs for them. So journalists, you've got enough stories to write. You don't have to be focusing on Madanga. Here, I'm giving you stories to write. And of course, we are also going to have our celebration of the yellow Oram lily flower, the one in Leolo, in the and Rosenevek. It's in Sikukuni. You know Leolo. We should go and celebrate that. So as a tourism sector, you are our frontline ambassador. The Premier is your #1 ambassador, and all of you follow me so that all the people of this province must become ambassadors of our province. Let's not allow people, when they talk bad and evil things about our province, because we know ourselves, we know our province. So venues like Mirupa must serve as hubs for entertainment, collaboration and economic activity. Together, let us ensure that the festive season spending circulates within our province and benefits all our local businesses. The objectives of Limpopo Dizemba campaign are very clear. Let's inspire and increase domestic travel. Uskadula high ka Christmas. Let's promote geographic spread to the less visited areas, especially those areas that are not known, that are not well marketed. I'm here to market for them. Let's reduce tourism seasonality, and also we will be able to create inclusive economic opportunities throughout the year. This year, we have assembled a competitive package to drive our Limpopo Dizemba campaign. So we are calling all tourism partners to share their festive season, especially so that we can, those who have got specials, so that we can be able to feature them in our Limpopo tourism website. We have now created a website as Limpopo Tourism, wherein we will be sharing all those areas that we think we should be able to promote. So as the provincial government, our message is, let each one of us work tirelessly to ensure that Limpopo continues to shine as one of South Africa's top 3. But I said it must be leading, it must lead the country in terms of destinations of choice, not only during December, but throughout the year. So the festive specials and the travel packages are now officially open. Having said that, we will be having all these festivities, we'll be having the soccer tournament. I'm pleading with all those who are owners of hotels, owners of B&B, owners of Airbnbs, those of you who own accommodations, please don't inflate prices. Don't inflate prices. I know you might be saying, hey, there's Carling final. Let me just double. If the accommodation was 900 per night, let me make it 2,000. If it was a 5-star, it was 7,000 a night, let me make it 14,000. Colleagues, let's not do that. The program director and the MEC will interpret. In Chivenda, there's one idiom which says, Mutari ulakangwe, tiru lilakanji. When you think you are smart, you will survive once. But those who appear to be foolish and stupid, they will continue to eat. Because the moment you start to make your price to be 14,000, to double the prices, there's no way they will come back to you. So you might make a bomb, a killing now, forget it, and then the business collapse. Do not do like what we see in other cities. Many other cities, they are already well established. When you know that there is a mining in Daba, you know you can't afford a room is 100,000 per night. It's happening now. When there's an opening of parliament, the rooms are, because maybe they know they've arrived. As a province, as Polokwane City, and my mayors, we have not yet arrived. We still want to arrive. So let's keep to our prices. Because when you do that, they will still want to come to say, but we enjoyed Limpopo at this particular affordable. Then they will come and they will, so until when the demand, when you have arrived where you want to go, you can maybe start to charge that. But for now, that is my plea. That is the first plea, to say, let's work together with our tourism agencies to say, please, it's not the time to inflate prices. You don't know what the municipality, what the MEC Matibe have gone through to be able for them to find some of these games coming to play here. We go and bid, ask your chairman here. And when we do that, we are doing it for you, on your behalf. So you can't thank us by doubling the price, by chasing away the very same guest. You know, it's like in a house, when a relative come in, when they see them, the kids are still there. Kids see an uncle coming to visit, and then they say, we are asking for, uncle will never visit you again. So that's what you are doing. We want you to take care of our visitors so that we can be able to bid for many events, because they will know Limpopo is affordable. The second issue I'm asking, our restaurants, during that time, don't close. I went to attend one game in one town. After the game, even KFC was closed. Just giving an example to say, we shouldn't. At that time, we know after, we want chisanyam. We want to, that's the time where you must be buying, you must be making a living, there must be vibe. People must feel we are in Limpopo and it's December. Limpopo. So they will think about us even the next December. So as we officially launch the 2025 Limpopo December campaign, I wish all our visitors, our partners, our residents a safe, joyful, and memorable festive season. Let's welcome all our guests. Let's drive safely in our roads. Let's respect our roads. Let's help to fight crime, because if people know that they are being pickpocketed, they will never come again. So if they know that they are safe, they are free, they will be able to enjoy. I know I'm standing between you and lunch, but otherwise Limpopo Dizemba, it's going to happen. It's officially launched. We want to see everybody who is watching us from whatever corner that please come to Limpopo. Please drive to Limpopo. Even, I repeat, Makazi and Master KG, they told you, Limpopo Dizemba, Diaboya, go Limpopo. And they were not lying. Diaboya, go Limpopo. So, carry a rote, Limpopo. Rio enjoya, Limpopo. Limpopo Dizemba, go Limpopo. Thank you.
you, Honorable MEC. Thank you, Premier Dr. Popira Maktuba. The campaign has been launched. The Premier has set the tone. So it is up to us to do what we are supposed to do. Maybe we can even start now. Those who are very active on social media, I can see them here. Even Mr. Chibengwa is very active on social media. I can see you guys. Let's start now. Tell everybody where you are. Tell everybody what you are doing. Tell everybody about Limpopo Dizemba. And don't forget to mention hashtag Limpopo Dizemba, hashtag Tourism Thursdays, hashtag Go Limpopo, hashtag More to Enjoy. People are looking at me. They are not on their phones. I thought maybe you will be working. Agri Premier said it here to say, let us share all the information about our province. Premier also indicated that LTA chairperson, we need to go and knock on those doors so that we can get those investments. And fellow product owners, Premier Uri, we need to go and knock on those doors, on those locked doors. If they are not opening, we need to go back to the Premier and tell her they are not opening for us. Premier also unveiled all the summer campaign activities. It is up to us to go to the website, LTA Limpopo Tourism Agency. We are going to see everything on the website. I am now going to I don't know, DJ, maybe to give the DJ this time a chance, just for one song that we can dance to, and then after that I will call upon Hetisani Magweze to come and engage the media members who are here.
Honorable Premier, Honorable MEC, the MMCs here representing the executive mayors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good afternoon. As you know, it's customary during our launches for the different campaigns according to the seasons, we have a Q&A, especially because this is a media briefing or a media activation. So we have a Q&A to afford the members of the media that are here the opportunity and space to engage with the dignitaries that are up here according to what has been presented. I think we've been here for a while and it's a bit hot. I know the breeze is coming in now, thankfully, but it is still hot. So we're going to try and minimize the spread of questions to what has been presented here. I know when you see the Premier, the MEC, the chairperson and deputy chair of LTA and CEO of LTA, you want to spread the questions and make them broad. Okay, well, while we wait, we have to make space. Honorable MEC with we go through the Q&A. That's not the
Into Limpopo, we want.
Councillor Ngwe. Councillor Maswa, sorry.
Thank you, Program Director Ms. Bara, the Deputy Chairperson of LTA Board, to the Honorable Premier Dr. Popira Matoba, Honorable MEC Ndate Matibe, the Acting Executive Mayor of Polokwane, Papa Mkwe, the Chairperson of LTA Board, Mr. Dipela, and the entire team that is going together with you, members of media, members of business that are gathered here today, distinguished guests. Allow me to, on behalf of the Executive Mayor, Mema Midupitefu, bring her greetings to you. Today she's just around the corner, just over that street, and that is why I'm here. You can see even the attire that I'm wearing, that were somewhere else, and someone had to come over here because she was supposed to be part and parcel of you. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Executive Mayor to come and give a vote of thanks on the summer campaign launch 2025 Dizemba. Today's event reminds us of the power of collaboration between the provincial government, the municipalities, tourism sector, and all the communities within our Limpopo province, as we recognize Limpopo as a destiny of choice. Let me first appreciate Limpopo Tourism Agency leadership led by Mr. Ripela and the Program Director, Ms. Bara. Thank you for steering the ship and organizing this auspicious event, wherein, of course, we come as partners to be part and parcel of the work that you are doing. Mr. Ngwe, on behalf of the Executive Mayor, you have as well outlined the life that will be lived throughout December, starting from the football games till the festivities that will be enjoyed. That in itself shows that there will be life really in December. And never mind those that will be coming back home. Baba ulula khausule nwana kerele ke bana ba bomma bo mana ba bomma ba tla ba boya gae, and they will be bringing others as well. To the MEC Chitereke Matibe Realabo Gamrena for showing support and giving us clear statistics of how we're faring as a province and how we are as well dealing with matters of tourism as a sector. And you have as well indicated the path that we are supposed to follow to have the influx of visitors within our province. The Honorable Premier, you are actually leading from the front, and we appreciate your leadership and your tutelage in this regard. Your inspiring leadership continue to provide and strengthening tourism, economic development, and community pride across the province. Your message energizes us as municipalities to double our efforts to ensure safe, clean, and destinies that are very attractive. Our cultural performers continue to perform. The Premier earlier on indicated that this is the only area where you will have this kind of rendition, and we appreciate the good work that you continue to highlight to our province and to our people as a whole. As Capricorn District Municipality, we continue to commit ourselves in ensuring that visitors experience clean water, reliable services and safe environment, vibrant and culture and world-class hospitalities across the district. Tomorrow, for those who don't know, roads will be leading to Leboagomo, wherein they will be speaking about the smart city development. And that in itself is an initiative, that which of course we are looking forward to it, to grow the economy of our country together with our strategic partners, with a view to make sure that we continue to grow very well as a province. On that note, we continue to say drive safely throughout December as you'll be driving around, moving out of one place to another. You live only once. And for some of us who always take some bit of bottles, don't drink and drive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Masuha. We are going to wait for some few minutes. We wait for the Premier to come back to the tent. I think she is just about to finish. Another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes. Let's wait. And as we are waiting for the Premier to come back, I'm going to allow the CEO of TPSA to introduce himself and also to talk to you. Just 2-3 minutes, CEO, please. Please. It's not every day where we are going to be in contact with you. That is why we are blessed to have you today.
Thank you, Deputy Chair, MEC, and the representatives of the executive councillors, making sure get it right, and of course the Premier of the province. So my name is Chipiwa Chibangwa. And I do have a conflict of interest, and that conflict is that I am from here in Limpopo, and I work for the Tourism Business Council, meaning that I work nationally, and I get to travel to various places and do this kind of work. I wasn't supposed to be here, but I'm here. I was passing through and I had to attend to a personal matter. And I happened to speak to the CEO, Ngobeni, and I needed a space, office space to do some work, and I am here. Just a couple of things. My introduction is quite simple, straightforward. So we work in national issues, but I must say that MEC, what I am seeing here, it's quite good and quite encouraging. Over the past month, I was in KZN. I was at the KZN Investment Summit. Also went back for Durban Tourism Strategic Session. I went to the Northern Province in Kimberley, and the list goes on and on. And we were here in Hoedspruit not long ago to deal with some few issues. But let me put it this way. So, MEC, Limpopo Province is number 2 when you look at the domestic tourism survey that was released a few weeks back. Is number 2 on overnight trips. And the number 1 province is number 1, is KZN, because of 1 percentage point. So I would argue that statistically, I would argue that there's a margin of error. And if I were to argue that there's a margin of error, it could mean that there is a possibility that Limpopo is number one, because the percentage point is 1, and usually the margin of error is 3 percentage points. So I would argue that as much as, maybe I may be pushing it, but I would argue that Limpopo is doing very well. And if you look at the day, the day trips as well, is doing very well. 11.2% of travelers, domestic travelers, they travel for funerals. It's 11.2%. And if you look at the spend, last year there was about approximately 60.6 billion rand. That's the total expenditure for domestic trips. And this was driven by 22 billion spent on day trips and 38.4 billion spent on overnight trips. And this is where the whole issue of funerals account for 11.2%, and those that are visiting friends and relatives account for 20.8%. Meaning that when we talk about visiting Goma, that equates to visiting friends and relatives, and it's a big percentage. But continue to do the work that you're doing very well. We get to see a lot more things happening across the country, whether it's in the Northern Cape, whether it's in the Free State, whether it's happening in the Western Cape. I do think there's something going on here. There's fire that's burning, and we will always support, and we'll continue to do so. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, I did promise you, I think we're sitting in Sun City, and I did promise that we will come to Polokwane. And I think MEC, when we were sitting at Indaba, I did promise that we will come to Polokwane. We went to Nels Flay, that's okay. We went to Hoedspruit, that's okay. But in the first quarter of next year, we will do a stakeholder breakfast here in Polokwane. So I need to keep my promise, because if I don't keep my promise, I'm not going to be able to pass here when I go to Venda. So I need to keep that promise, and we will do that. And potentially, when we do have those discussions, we will do more. I did say that as a TBCSA, we run a couple of things. Obviously, we are private sector representative body, but here is one of the most important things that we have been going around and talking about. We do collect what's called the tourism levy, which is a private sector initiative. Last year we collected about 183 million rand. This year we're probably gonna end up at around 193, 194 million rand. Now, part of the money that we collect, I was at a portfolio committee on tourism 2 days ago. And I did say to the portfolio committee, usually we remit that money to South African tourism on the basis that they don't get a qualified audit, but it looks like they do have a qualified audit. So because they have a qualified audit, I cannot remit the money. So I'm going to hold it back. That's one side of the story. The other side of the coin, we have a fund that we call the Collaborative Fund, where we keep 15% of what we collect into a kitty. And we fund projects that are dynamic, that changes the lives of people and communities. And there are many of those projects that were funded. So I'm putting it again, in the next 3 years, my contract will be done at Tourism Business Council. We need to at least have one project in Limpopo that we fund that will benefit the communities and tourism products across the board. So we have that money, and it's been growing. We're prudent with it. If I'm not mistaken, we're probably sitting around 200 million of that fund, that we will be able to fund many projects across the country, whether it's supporting SMMEs. I'm not talking about individual businesses, but as a collective, we should be able to do that. So that money is there. It's been growing. I don't pay out money if it's not necessary and if it's not proper. So there is that. So in addition of the normal fund, which we will use, 150 million. We'll use it to promote tourism internationally and domestically. The collaborative fund is for projects. We will use it, 200 million of that, and we will stimulate other funds as we go. So I'm putting it out there that we will discuss further, Mr. Chairman, when we come to the breakfast sometime in January or February, to see what is it that we can do here in Limpopo and how do we support the products here in Limpopo. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chirengwa. Let me indicate to you, Mr. Chirengwa. Okay. I just want you to sit down first and talk to you, looking at you. LTA got a clean audit, unlike South African tourism. And we are saying, can't you look at us now? And I believe, Chairperson Aikore, talking about this in February, March, I think it's too far. Let us talk about this now. Chairperson is here, CEO is here, Premier is here, MEC is here. Let us knock those doors today, so that come early January, Bruna, we are set. The collaboration fund is happening, it's assisting SMMEs in Limpopo, and you don't want to withhold the funds that you are having. So we are pleading with you to say, come on board, we are ready, and we can do wonders with what you are going to assist us with. Thank you so much for giving us that scenario. I think it's now over to you, Magweze.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. So as I had said, the Honorable Premier is back on the platform, so she's available to answer those questions that you have. We have been here for quite a number of hours, so we would like to limit this firstly on what has been presented here today and what we're here for today, but secondly and most importantly, it's a media activation or media launch, so I'd like to limit it to members of the media in terms of questions, please. Lastly, if we can take a round of 4 questions, and then we'll see if we have more questions after that. We have a roving mic. I think Mr. Mashudu there amongst the tables has the mic. So please raise your hand, introduce yourself and the media organization you're from, and ask your question. Thank you. There's a hand at the back. That's the only hand. Okay.
Thank you. Maybe I must take advantage of that. Sandile Rachumela is my name. I'm from the Limpopo Connections Bulletin and also Joburg News Community Newsroom. Honorable Premier, maybe let's start with you. In the campaign vision and strategies, maybe talk to us about how does the Dizemba campaign align with Limpopo's broader tourism growth strategy? That's the first question. Maybe the second question will be how Limpopo province positioning itself against other provinces during the peak of this summer season. Thank you.
Any more questions? Any more hands? Going once, going twice, 2.5 gone. Thank you. Honorable Premier.
No, thank you for that very important question. Limpopo, when we decide to say, yes, we do have a summer season, broader summer season campaign, but we want to narrow this as Limpopo ka Dizemba, looking at the peak of Dizemba on its own. Dizemba, it's South Africa. When we talk about a months, other countries might, like China, have got 12 months in a year, but in South Africa we've got 11, because from the 15th of December you will all be closing up until 15 January. So that peak season is a season that we want to target you, that when you close from your work, you must be able to visit Limpopo. That is the basis of narrowing it to Limpopo ka Dizemba, but not taking away our summer season. It's still there. You will see us during Easter. We're still going to have some some slogan for Easter, but it's still within the broader the summer season. But the peak period we need to target. Why are we doing this? Because like you have heard the MEC indicating, when we talk about our economic growth that we are saying, at least we have seen 0.9% vis-a-vis the 0.5% in the country as our contribution towards GDP, which has now moved from 7.1 to 7.8%. The contribution there, it's also through tourism, because that is where one of the sectors that we focus on when we deal with our strategy in terms of economic growth and job creations. Again, when the MEC spoke about our unemployment rate, the official one, which was at 35% and now at 29%, you will look at what was the sectors which were contributing. Of course, not taking away the construction sector, but even within the construction sector itself, there are quite a number of hotels that are being constructed. There are quite a number of game lodge. I've seen the other, when we were having an investment conference, they were busy for putting up 200 million towards one in Palabura. They were launching it on the day before to say they want to revamp it so that it can attract more and more tourists. But even during construction phase of those tourist destinations, you then create temporary jobs. So what we like about tourism is that it will create jobs which might be temporary during its construction phase. I didn't listen to the entire presentation by Wochiben, but I heard him when he was talking about the funds that are there, opportunities that are there that we can apply. And we are going to bring it, the LTA board and executive, they are here. They are going to sit down and make use of that opportunity to say, during construction phase, we are going to create temporary jobs. But like I said, in tourism, when you have completed building Merupa, you then appoint people permanent. That's why we love about tourism. Once you decide on a project, the day you decide and implement, that's the day jobs are being created. Because construction phase has got its own jobs that it creates, and also operational phase has got its own jobs that are created. So tourism, it's that a sector which as a province we say we need to maximize our efforts to make sure that we don't slow down in terms of economic growth, because if we don't capitalize on these sectors that we've identified, we unfortunately might end up regressing. The other thing is that tourism does not have a season. A construction phase, if we start the rainy season, they are going to close. Even now they are saying they are going to say it's now holidays. When there is holiday for construction phase, people are going to visit and boost the tourism. So that's what I'm saying. It's got a lot of advantage for us as a province to invest more on tourism. Mining creates jobs, but at some stage they will say now we are taking off a break. There won't be production. But that's why Chinese don't have Christmas and close. It's because when you are closed and you are on Christmas and on New Year, production rate goes down. When production goes down, the economy is not growing because there's no activity. But it's that time where tourism, it's booming. That's when we are saying it's a peak season. So I hope I have answered you that we are putting all our efforts, and it fits well with our strategy of economic growth. And now rolling it into December, we want to target this season to maximize our efforts in attracting a tourist in the province. We want a child in the Western Cape to tell the parents that can we go to Limpopo. That's what we are doing now. That's why we want to see. We want a child in Free State to say, schools are closed, let's go to Limpopo. There's a province called Limpopo. We want to reach that a particular level as a province.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. I think there are no more questions. Where I believe the Premier answered all your questions and everybody's satisfied. Thank you.
Thank you. We have come to the end of our activities, and I'm going to say thank you to our leadership. Thank you, Chairperson. Somebody told me that I didn't, acknowledge you. You are my boss, so I feel not good, but I know you are cool with that. Thank you so much, Chairperson. And thank you, product owners. Thank you, everybody who is here. We are done with our activities. I'm going to...